From the ABC 27 Digital Now Center, this is Beyond the Forecast with your most accurate local meteorologists.
Well, and we say good morning, everybody. We are here live talking about this heat, and I'm telling you what, it is going to be a very, very hot week for us here, especially the next 2 days as the heat peaks today and tomorrow across the region. We are likely talking about near record heat both Monday, today, and tomorrow, Tuesday. So let's get right into things, shall we? And as we take a look at our headlines and Manheim Central looking good, it is going to be a scorcher for us. Over the next several days, probably the next 4 days, we will be in the 90s. So the heat is on this week, and then some thunderstorms start to redevelop during the afternoons on Wednesday. We do anticipate some storms nearly each afternoon, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and going into the weekend. The humidity sticks around too. Even when the heat wave breaks and we get out of the 90s, it looks like we're going to be staying humid here into the weekend. Look at that haze hanging over Hershey Park Stadium as they await another hot week at the park. Good week to check out the boardwalk, lay by a pool, find anything you can to beat the heat. Even just staying inside in the air conditioning, not a bad idea. But for those of us that love summer, it is going to be a great week and a great week to do summertime activities out there because of the heat. We've got high pressure over top of us and this heat dome that is going to be situated over us here all week long. With temperatures already in the 80s for Philadelphia and Lebanon, we are going to be cooking today. Many areas likely to get near the century mark. We are already warmer than yesterday, some of us by double digits like Lebanon. Most of us starting out the day warmer than Sunday, and we did get to 94 degrees yesterday, and look at the dew points. They're already taking off into the 70s. That's what's going to be different. Last year we had a lot of heat, but we didn't have a whole ton of humidity last summer, and this summer looks like it is going to be starting off very hot and humid. So 98 today, near a record. We're going to talk about that record in a bit. It's going to be very humid too, so heat index values likely in the triple digits, and then disgustingly humid tonight, 77 degrees. You know, I'm not sure Lebanon ever dropped out of the 80s last night, and I think the same is going to be the case tonight. I do want to point out here for a second that we have what's called this ring of fire that goes around this high-pressure dome, and so you can kind of see it here nicely on the water vapor loop, and I'll try to draw it for you, that around a ridge of high pressure like this, you often get convection, some thunderstorms, and so you can kind of see we're right under the heat dome. We're dry, but it's going to be unsettled later this week as this ring of fire starts to slide to the south, and we start to see that take over our weather by the end of the week. You can kind of see where the ring of fire is here on the satellite and radar picture so that you know what I'm talking about. We've got some convection up in Minnesota and parts of the Midwest here up into southern Canada. So there it is. We were actually sort of tapping into some of that ring of fire energy yesterday. Some of our eastern counties saw a few downpours and a couple of thunderstorms. But right now, we're right under this high-pressure ridge, and we expect it to be dry over the next couple of days. Here is the heat building in across the east, right? 98 in Chicago and Harrisburg, 90s in Memphis and Atlanta and Topeka. So we're really ground zero for the hottest temperatures across the country here, and PrecisionCast even suggests some of us could reach that century mark later, or at least get very close to it. I think with the humidity we will. Tonight's going to be brutal in the 70s, and tomorrow, again, highs getting very close to 100 degrees. So the heat this week peaking Monday and Tuesday. If you don't want to be out in it, today and tomorrow would be the days to really try to avoid it. And while the heat index values are going to soar, dew points just make it feel so much worse. The humidity is really the thing that's going to tire you out. So if you've got sports practice tonight, and I know many do, or you're just trying to get some work done outside, then please take frequent breaks, wear light colors, drink water, you know the usual. Evening swim time, yeah, it's going to be hot. This is the place to be this week. Find a pool and head on out swimming and make the most out of it, because it's going to be a nice week for that. Otherwise, try to avoid it and stay out of the heat. PrecisionCast showing you we have got building heat and humidity and building sunshine, but we will stay dry until Wednesday. By then, we start to tap into some of the ring of fire convection, and we do expect some downpours and maybe a couple of thunderstorms here Wednesday afternoon and evening. Again on Thursday and likely by Friday. So the extended outlook shows that as this heat continues to build across the south, it's extending northward today and tomorrow. I think it stays hot all week, and then by Friday and Saturday, we start to get a break. The heat starts to retreat a bit by the end of the week. And then something interesting, by the 4th of July week, right, which is next week, notice what we have here, a little trough building in, and I think we could be talking about some cooler, more comfortable weather for July 4th. In the meantime, rain is going to be very hit or miss this week with those thunderstorms, so only about a 30% chance each day, but enough to keep the lawns and gardens well fed, I think. We certainly have had enough rain to be good. Nobody's in any kind of drought anymore officially, which is good news. But the record high today, set back in 1965, 97 degrees. The forecast high is 98. So we are going to be close to that record, and you can see the 7-day forecast. This heat wave continues through Thursday with highs in the low to mid-90s. A stray storm is possible Wednesday, Thursday, and then by Friday we turn cooler, but I think it's still going to be humid here to end the week. Even though temperatures will be in the 80s, I still think it's going to be fairly summer-like and a bit uncomfortable with higher dew points going right into the weekend. Now, let's show you the extended forecast here in just a second because I want to pull up our model views. Let's go to the blend of models first and see if we can have that for you. Temperatures, again, dipping on Friday and then basically staying pretty seasonable into the next week or so. If I pull up the European model, this takes us over some ups and downs and does show still temperatures getting near 90 at times this next weekend and at times heading into July 4th. But you'll notice the week of July 4th here. 86 that Tuesday, low 80s. That's what I say. I'm not sure about July 4th itself yet, but I do suspect that I suspect that our temperatures are going to be better heading into July 4th week and perhaps more comfortable by then. In the meantime, hot and humid weather today, we will be tracking to see if we can hit a record high. I think there's a good chance we do. Thanks for watching this special Beyond the Forecast about our heat wave, everybody. Great to be with you here through social media and online. And, of course, we'll be everywhere you want to be all day long tracking this heat. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday, everybody. Thank you so much.